Is it clear to you, both of you?
Sir, but in this case, then why not the system is because it was working fine? Why not the system?
It will work fine, but I am giving you the larger perspective. Here it will work fine, even if you will configure it in this way, because your nodes routers are going to select the first entry only. They will not go to the second entry.
But the
Then it
cycle.
will go. But I am giving you the commercial perspective when you have to configure your routers, how you will configure your routers when you have to design the algorithm for designing means, because this is the manual entry. You are not going to do the manual entry once so many routers would be in place. Then in that situation, the algorithm which you will design, then in that algorithm result which comes as a result of that algorithm, that should not be able to produce the cycles. So in that perspective, I'm telling you, it is a simple topology. So here you are not being able to see that perspective or see that results where it may be possible. I will give you any of the topology where that would be possible.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Now we will, so this is important. If you know how to set the routes, then only we can go ahead. So now now I will share my screen. So today we will do the program corresponding to DNS, what we have studied in our last class. What we will do for DNS, we'll come up with a simple topology. So I am taking two routers and one PC. Okay, so one PC here, and then we will connect it. Then we'll take one more node. Is it visible to all of you?
Yes, yes, sir.
So we have taken two routers and we have connected two PCs. Any one of the router we will configure as DNS server as well. Okay, so that will act as a DNS server. So this node PC1 we are considering as we are maintaining a server here, a web server with a name a.com. So this is a.com, and this is b.com. These have IP addresses also. So instead of pinging using IP address, we want to ping using ping a.com or ping b.com from each other device. So the IP address of a.com is PC1, PC2 is 10.10.10.0 or not 2, and the PC2 is this b.com is 20.20.20.2. So we will start configuring it. So we will start it. Then we will first configure PC1. So PC1 we have to configure with its IP address. What is the IP address? It is 10.10.10.2/24. Will be consistent with this 24. And then the gateway address is 10.10.10.1. So then we will save this configuration so that next time when we will come, it will be there. Likewise, we will configure this IP. Then its IP is 20.20.20.2/24, and its gateway is 20.20.20.1. Okay, then save. So we have configured a.com with address 10.10.10.2, b.com as 20.20.20.2. Now f0/0 here with router 1, you can see its address is, the interface address is 10.10.1. Likewise here f0/1 address is 20.20.20.1. Now we will start configuring these four interfaces as well. R1 we will start. So we will we not enable it. Then configuration T. Now we will go into the interface. We'll check the interface. It is f0/1 interface f0/0. What is the IP address of this? IP address is IP address. It is 10.10.10.1 and 255.255.255.0. No shut do WR to save the configuration. Okay, so we have configured this interface as 0/0. Now we will go to the next interface, means this interface f0/1. So we will exit from this interface. We will go to the next interface, that is f0/1. Now I'm giving this a new address 30 in 30s range. I'm giving this address IP address that is 30.30.30.1, then 255. Same, I'm consistent with this, you can change it. And then do WR. First is no shutdown, do WR. Okay, so both we have configured. Now we will end. So in the same sequence, if you will go, then there will be less chance of an error. Now we are configuring the router 2. Configure T. Then interface, we'll check the interface. f0/1 first we will configure. Interface f1/0. Interface, sorry, f0/1. Then this f/01 is, so this one, this address is 20 range. So we will give the IP address. So this is all what we have seen in our last labs. That's what I am doing. Only 3-4 commands are there related to DNS server. So IP address, the address is 20.20.20.1, 255.255.55.0, no shut, and do WR. Now we will go to the next interface. Next interface is f0/0, and its IP address is in 30 range. So 30.30.30.2, one already we have given. So 255.255.255, dot 0 no shut do WR. So we will end now. So we have configured the interfaces. The next thing is that for ensuring connectivity, we have to insert some entries in the routing table. So we will go at R2, what entry we have to give. So anyone tell me the entry which we have to insert in the routing table of R2. What will be the entry? What will be the entry at R2?
IP root.
IP root regarding this. What is the address? This is 10.10.10.0. Yes, and then the destination address will be this address, that is 30.30. Yes. One. Okay, so that entry also we will do here. So we will go into this mode configuration, then IP root. The address is 10.10.10.0 and mask is /24, and the next hop will be at R1 F0/1, that is 30.30.30.1. okay, do WR. This is the root we have set corresponding. Now R1 also we will do. Configure T, then in R1 IP root, what is the next address? What is the address? It is 20.20.20.0 and mask is same. It is consistent everywhere, and then the next hop will be 30.30.30.2. this is then do WR. okay, so this much we have done at R2 and R1. Then we will check the connectivity once. From A to PC1 to PC2, we will check the connectivity. One thing we have mixed while, so we will show IP. So here gateway is there. Okay, gateway we have set the gateway. It's fine. I will give you one more entry that how to do the entry. Okay. So I'm making one more entry in both. Here it is not necessary, but sometime it is necessary. Just for that reason, the default entry I'm giving you, that in the routers, that how you can set the default entry. Default entry means, suppose if there comes any destination address at the router, and the router doesn't know where to actually pass it, where to actually, means based on the destination, there is no entry in its routing table. In that situation, there is a free entry where routers will forward it to their default gateway, their default router. Like here we have seen that this A.com, this PC is connected to router 1 and its default gateway is 10.10.10.1, because that is the nearest edge router to this PC1. Likewise, all routers, though they have the routing entries based on the destination address, but suppose there comes a circumstance where it receive anything where based on the destination address there is no entry. In that situation, all routers may have one free sort of an entry where it will forward it to the default gateway router. So that entry, how to make that entry, we will see. Then how to make that entry? So you will go inside the router, then you will say IP root, then 0/0/0.0. So this is the free entry. So this is the destination address. So 0/0. This is the destination mask. We are not sure because, so that's why we are entering 0. So 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4 we have given. Then the next hop is, so for router 1 we are making this thing as the default gateway. As the default gateway we are making. So it is 30.30.30.2. So this is the free entry here we have entered in R1. Likewise in R2 also we will make this entry. Configure key, then IP root 0/0/0/0, then it is 30.30, it is R2, then 30.1, sorry, okay, and do WR. Now we will check the entries. Show IP root. So you can check this as star. It is a static entry we have given. So for if there will be no match as a destination address, then router will use this entry. Router will forward it on this IP address. So likewise in R1 also we can check. Show IP root. So it has also this two directly connected, one static and one free entry, this entry. Okay, now we will just ensure that whether everything is connected properly or not. So we will ping from PC1 to PC2 just to check. Ping PC2 is 20.20.20.2. So there is a connectivity, no issue. Now if we will say ping b.com, so it will say that I can't resolve. So there is a resolver problem, it can't resolve it. So that problem we will solve. Yes, hello. Now we are about to make router R2 as a DNS server. So anyone, suppose if a.com, from a.com you are pinging b.com. So here on the PC1 you will say ping b.com. So first PC1 will resolve it. So it will go to R2, and on R2 it will say means on R2 it will go with a request, with a DNS request or a query. Then R2 will respond back, and then finally the normal ping operation will proceed. So for that reason we will make R2 as our DNS server. So we will open R2. Okay. Then, yes.
Sir, here for the default entry, why have you taken 30.30.30.1? The
Where? In which one? For R2?
Yes, sir. And for the
Oh.
other, you have taken like 0.0. Then in the end, it is 30.30.30.2.
So for R1, if you are on R1, then if you will receive anything which is not matching anyone, so there is only one router which is directly attached to you. So I am interested in forwarding anything which I will receive directly to R2. Likewise, when anything comes at R2 which is not matching any destination address, then I am willing to forward it to R1 on this F01 interface. So it has been decided by me. So it is not a hard and fast rule that always you will do. You can choose your own address, but here this is the only possibility. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Then R2 we will configure it. Configure terminal R2. Then IP DNS server. So these are the commands. So these are the unique commands which we are using today. So first command is you will go inside the configuration. Then you will use the command IP DNS server. So you are telling that this router will act as the DNS server also. So then you will say, then you will make the entries. How you will make the entry? IP host. Now you are making those A type of entries, type A entry, IP host. So first is a.com, a dot, so small a dot com. Then it's IP address. What is the IP address of small a dot com? 10 dot 10 dot 10 dot 10 dot 2. Likewise, IP, as many entries you want to insert, those many entries you can insert using the same command. b.com 20.20.20 dot what is the this is 2.2. So these two entries we require. Only these two entries are there. Then we will insert R2. It is over. On R2 it is over. So do WR command. Then we will go to R1. We will inform R1 that where is our DNS server. So the commands are, you will go inside configuration mode. Sorry. Then you will use the command. This is also a new command for you. IP domain lookup means so if any DNS request comes on this router, then this router should know that where it has to look up for DNS server. So that's what we are configuring on the router R1. So this is the first command. Then you will say where is the name server, IP name server. So now we will give the address of name server 30.30.30.2. I think it is 2. Then do WR. Okay. Then ping. Now we will try to ping from PC1 to PC2. Before that, we have to configure PC1. This thing you have also noticed that you have to configure once you will start using your web browser or anything, internet. Before using the internet, you have to do certain settings. So in those settings, DNS server setting is important. If you will not do DNS server setting, your web browser will not be able to look for that conversion from the name to the address. So that thing we will simulate here. How we will simulate? We will use a simple command here. If you will see show IP, then here the DNS is missing. That DNS is missing. So that DNS we will insert IP DNS normal command IP DNS, and the DNS address is 30.30.30.2. Now if you will see, then this DNS address is here. Likewise at B also we will use the same command, DNS, then it is 30.30.30.2, then IP, show IP, and now you can see this DNS address. Now we will try to ping using so from from PC2 to PC1 we are pinging ping a.com. So you can see a.com is resolved to this and it has started pinging. Okay, so initial thing is DNS query. So initial certain timeout because of we have seen in the last classes labs also that why these timeouts happen because of ARP thing, and then the normal. Now if you will do, there will be no ARP mismatch also, so you will get all the packets received properly. Likewise from PC1 also, if you want to ping b.com, so it being resolved to this, and you can configure. Okay, any question? Now I will show you the DNS packet. So we will here start capturing, then we will see the DNS packets. Okay, so here ping b.com. So from A device to B device we are pinging. Let's see how things will happen. Now where is our, see, before starting ICMP packet, you see this is a standard query and this is a standard reply. So we will first check the DNS packet here. So here it is using DNS. So here you can see it has if you can relate, if anyone of you can relate with the structure of DNS packet itself, so you can very well see first is the ID, then certain flags. So these flags you can see, then there is a question, there is one question only, answer, because it's a request packet there is no point of answers here, authority, resource record, additional record. Then we will see what is the query is b.com, type a class internet. So b.com will what is the equivalent address for this, and response is in 7. We will see the 7th packet, and this is the query answer packet. So it has one question, one answer, and let's see what is the answer. b.com, type a class in means internet, address is this. So in this way you will get the response. So any protocol, if you have to understand deeply, you can do this kind of experiment using Wireshark. Then you can understand the packet format is easily. And as I have mentioned, the DNS protocol use, if you will see the DNS protocol, it will always use the UDP protocol at the transport layer. So here you can see the UDP structure also. I told you that the port number for the UDP protocol is 53, and so this is the UDP protocol it will use. At the network layer it will use the IP protocol, which everything will use only, because the network layer there is only one protocol, IP protocol. Then at the physical layer it is using Ethernet, and then this is the frame at the physical layer. So the whole protocol stack is right in front of you. Using this tool Wireshark, you can capture packets, which protocol they are using, what is the structure of the protocol, what is written there, everything you can check. So this is first packet, query packet, and the response packet. So this is all from my side today. Now I will show you what you have to do. What you have to do. So I will stop this and open the new one.
Sir,
Hello.
can you show how you configured R2 or DNS for it? How you made it DNS?
I have shown it. So here I will means whatever your query, I will resolve that. Don't worry. Okay. So, but just listen the question properly. What you have to do here, you have three routers R1, R2, and R3. So R1 is connected with this network having a network address of 10.10.10.0/24. You have to yourself come up with the network addresses on each and every interface. So PC1 you will give some IP address, you can give .2, .3, .1 you can give to F0/0. Likewise, here the IP address ranges, the network address is 20.20.20./24. So .1 you can give to this interface, .2 you can give to D.com, E.com you can give .3. So you can choose the address you're willing to give. Then this is in the 40 range and this is in the 630 range. So you have to come up with an address .1 for this and .2 for this, or whatever the address you want to use. But be consistent when you will write your configurations. Then 30.1 you can give to this interface, .2 you can give to this interface. Now this R3 is DNS server. So anyone who is willing to first ping any other device using the name first has to contact this DNS server. So this DNS server should have all the entries. A.com, regarding A.com, its IP address, B.com, its IP address, D.com, its IP address, E.com, its IP address. On this interface, you will make this thing. So I think the same address which I have used, 30.30.30.2 you can use for making DNS server on this interface, or whatever the IP address you will use, but just be consistent when you will configure it. So here I will show you, I have already configured this. So from A to D I will ping. So I will ping on D.com. Then once again I will ping. I will ping from here in A.com. I think, yeah, it was not taking the configurations. So now I will be able to ping from here also. Okay. So initially it was not taking the configurations. So if you will save your configuration, so you can use the same program always. So it is always advised that whenever you configure it properly, then at last use do WR if you are under configuration mode, or if you are outside configuration, then just use WR, or with PCs the command is save. Just use the command save, so that next time whenever you will open it, the configuration file, it will draw from the one which you have saved. So in this way you have to ping from here to there. So just all of you note it down, or I will share this here. Wait for a while. I'm sharing it in team files. I'm uploading it. From there you can just download it. Yes, I have uploaded with the image dns.png. You can download it. Yeah, who was asking me?
Me, sir. Can you show me the commands for making R2 into a DNS server?
Do you want to ask anything, verify anything? Yes, I am asking you. If you want to clarify anything, ask me.
Sir,
Hmm.
can you show the commands for making R2 a DNS server?
Okay, I'm just briefing you once again the command specifically for DNS server process. So what we will do, once again I am opening the test DNS. Okay, so R2, suppose this R2 we are interested in. So what we will do, we will open R2. Okay, so just let me check IP. So you will go inside its configuration mode. Then the first command is to ensure that it will act as a DNS server. The first command is IP DNS server. This is the first command. So that will ensure that here onwards, this router will also act as a DNS server. IP DNS server. Now you have configured the router as IP DNS. It will act as an IP DNS. Now you have to start making database entry. And this host has this name and its equivalent IP address is this. All those things you have to do. Then for that command is IP host. Then in our case it was a.com. A.com corresponding to, what was the IP address for a.com? 10.10.10.2. Likewise, there was one more host. So if there would be n number of hosts, you will run the same command n number of times and change the host name and the IP address corresponding to whatever the entries you want to insert. Then b.com, it is 20.20.20.2. So this is the command just for configuring the DNS server. Now you have configured the DNS server. Now you have to inform all other devices that where your DNS server is, so that they will approach the DNS server. For that purpose, the command is you will open R1, all the routers. So you have to configure all the routers. So all those routers, what you will do on those routers, you will go inside their configuration mode, and the command you will say that where they have to look up. So you will say IP domain lookup. You will go, you will say that where you have to look. Then you will say IP name server, that what is the name server IP address. That IP address name server is, what is the IP? 30.30.30.2. Now your R1 knows it. Likewise, if there are n number of routers involved, on individual routers you have to run these commands. Once you have run these commands on all the routers, then you have to go on to the individual PCs, and there you have to run the command for configuring those PCs regarding the DNS server. Like the normal PCs we configure manually, either we enter, or if we are using the DHCP command, then the DHCP server gives all us this information. So here we are doing the static entries. So PC1 IP DNS, where is the DNS? 30.30.30.2. Why do we require it? Because once you will start pinging b.com. So b.com corresponding equivalent IP address is not known. So ping will forward the request to DNS client. Now your DNS client should know that where is the DNS server, what is the IP address of the DNS server, from where it will take, from the configuration file. So that's configuration file we are configuring using IP DNS. So this command you have to run on individual PCs which are in our operation. IP DNS. So these 4-5 commands are there. First command is that on those routers which you want to make as DNS server, the command is IP DNS server, which will ensure that it will act as a DNS server. Then the next command is IP host, then the host name and its equivalent IP address. And you have to run this command for as many number of hosts for which you want to make an entry in this DNS server. So that many entries you will make through this command IP host. So this is one part. Second part is now you have to configure all other involved entities in the network, which they know that where is our DNS server, where we have to look for the DNS server. So individually on individual routers, you will go and say that your IP DNS lookup is, and then you will give the name server address. So those two commands you have to consistently, you will go from one router to another router and you will run the command IP domain lookup and next IP name server, and then you will give its IP address. And then individually on individual PCs, you have to configure their setting file, that what is your DNS server, where you have to look for the DNS server. So that DNS entry you have to give. For that there is only one command, IP DNS, and then the command the whatever be the server IP address, that server IP address you have to give. So these 4 or 5 commands, so or to be precise, how many commands are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 commands you have to know. So once again I am just writing here in front of you. So in PCs you will use the command IP DNS, and then here you will give the IP address 30.30.30.2. Next is for routers. If you will go to the router, the command is, suppose R2, you want to once again make it to, once again I'm just for clarification, here you will go inside the configuration mode, and then you will say you want to make it to a DNS server, IP DNS server. Now it is a DNS server. Now you will start entering IP host, whatever be the host name, like a.com, and its IP address is 10.10.10.2. Likewise, next is IP host b.com 20.20.20.2 in this way. So this is the command through which you are setting up your DNS server. So these are the setting up commands for DNS server. Once you have set up, then apart from this router 2, because you have set it as a DNS server, so this router 2 knows that where is DNS server, but all other routers R2, R1 doesn't know it. So for side config lookup, and then you will give the name server, and the name server is 30.30.30.2. but just these commands will configure the whole setting all across the network, and then you are ready to go. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And the address, when you will that free entry you have to always make. So always ensure that you will always give that free entry in the routing table corresponding to R1 and R2. And if there are n numbers of routers, in each and every router there must be one default entry, that if any packet comes which doesn't have an address, destination address, and it is not matching inside the routing table, then what should be the next hop? So in that situation, that IP route 0000000, and then whatever be the default gateway you want to give. So that default gateway you have to give. Okay, so all of you, I have shared that thing with you. Can you check? Yes, hello.
It's there.
So all of you look at this image, and after looking at this image, start So here you can see the image. Two networks are there. They have 4 devices with the name A.com, B.com, D.com, E.com. So regarding A.com, B.com and these all coms, this DNS server you have to configure. In this DNS server, which command will you use? You will use the command IP DNS server and then IP host A.com, whatever be the address, IP host B.com, whatever be the address, IP host D.com, E.com, whatever be the address. So then the configuration will be over here. Then inside R2 you have to go and then you have to say that IP lookup, IP domain lookup, and then you will enter the next command is IP name server, and then this F0/0, whatever the address you will give to this DNS server, that address you have to give. Likewise here you have to give, and inside all routers, apart from normal routing table entries, you have to make free entries also. First do it without free entry, and then if there will be any problem, then make entries. First do it without making the free entries. Okay. Hello.
Okay, sir. Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So any other thing which any one of you want to clarify it, then I am leaving. You can do it. You have a week to do it. You can do it freely. So just any other thing which you want to point out or want to ask me.
Yes, sir. I just had the doubt in the example that we already asked, so it was fine.
Hmm.
Just stop it.
Arpan, you want to ask anything?
No, sir.
Have you done the last question? The last time which we were discussing, have you done that routing one? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is also easy. You can do it. Then
Yes.
suppose if I will switch it off. One more thing I will show you. See here the current we are using the UDP protocol because we are streaming live, and in live streaming, you know that the underlying protocol, any of the application protocol, this application protocol, this Microsoft Team, this client is using the UDP protocol because I think we have discussed about it. So you can see all the UDP protocol are in operation at the transport layer. So I was interested in showing you the HTTP message. So we will open one HTTP website. So here this is one HTTP website. So I have opened it. Now we'll go to our this, and first there we will check the DNS packets. So see, this website I was interested in, and these are the DNS packets. So you will here notice the same DNS packet. The structure will be almost same. So it's a standard query, one query. You can check the query. This type A this. The response is in this. We will check the response. This is query. It doesn't have an answer. Answer is in. These are all the query bucket. Where is the answer? Remember, answer is in 12205. 12205. So 12205. Can you check 205 here? This one. This is the response. So this is the answer. You can see type CNAME. So the site name was different, but here you can see that this name is different. So it's a canonical name, and then this is the type A, and the address is 157.140.2.32. So these are the two responses. So see in the answer resource record, how many questions are 1, answer resource record are 2, other resource record authority and additional are 0. This was the query. Corresponding to this query, these are the two answers. Now we will check the HTTP packets. This packet. So first, at the application layer protocol, we are using HTTP protocol. HTTP protocol is using TCP protocol. Then this TCP protocol is using IP protocol. This IP protocol is using Ethernet protocol. And then finally, at the physical layer, we have a frame. So HTTP protocol, we will see. This is not the packet. So you can see here hypertext HTTP protocol. First is get, and then whatever the URL you are looking for, and there must be the version number also. Last HTTP version number is HTTP 1.1, then carriage return and new line. Then you will go to the new line, the host name, then user agent. I am here using Mozilla. Then accept text and CSS, accepting language English, accepting encoding mechanism. This connection is keep alive. That from my side, I want server to be alive always. That means use the persistent connection, persistent HTTP. Then the cookie also I have attached that this is the cookie corresponding to this. So in this way you can check any packet, what is its content. If we will check the HTTPS protocols, we will open any other website for HTTP. We'll open hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any other website we have to open? Once again, let me Why there is not a single HTTP packet? Well, why is it not showing HTTPS? It's so simple. Okay, next time we will see that HTTPS. That is so simple to come. I don't know why it is not.
Sir, we can filter via port also, right?
Yeah, it is so simple to come up. Okay, anyway, next time we will see that. You can check with HTTPS. So if you will, I think I have opened this HTTPS website. It should come. Once again, just let me check. All these communication which is going on in between you and me, UDP. Then I will once again let's see, is there any entry? अभी कोई भी पैकेट नहीं। Okay, next time I will show you. Okay, this is that HTTPS. Yes. Yeah, that's what. So HTTP protocol will use, so yeah, it will not directly show here HTTPS. Instead of that, it will show the packet with this TLS. Okay, so that's why it was not showing with HTTPS filter. So TLS protocol, transport layer security. So HTTPS is what the culmination of HTTP protocol at the application layer and in between transport layer before giving it to giving your packet at the application layer down to the transport layer. It will start encrypting it. So that process when culminate together, so that protocol comes as this, and they are showing it as the protocol name TLS version this, but actually this is HTTPS. Okay, this HTTP over TLS, that is HTTPS. That's why it was not showing. Here you can see the port number 443. So this is the response packet from the server 443 HTTPS. That's port number. So here you can see the HTTPS content type version. So everything is encrypted. the same data which we can see in plain in our HTTP packet, here it is encrypted. Here you can't verify it, that what is there inside it. Okay, in next class we will see other things. Next we will start, in the next class we will start with the server programming. Okay, we'll start.
Okay, sir.
Now you have 1 week to go with this experiment. You can make it much more complicated, many more if you have to practice both routing and DNS servers, so you can make it much more complicated. Or if you want me to give you 2 or 3 more topologies, in 2-3 days I will share 2-3 more topologies with you, so you can experiment DNS server and routing on those topologies as well. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, recording is set.